Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It is Wednesday, February 10th, and the last Wednesday before Lent begins next week. From today is Ash Wednesday. And so just a few words about putting ourselves together as a congregation before Lent begins. First, certainly this coming Sunday is the last Sunday of Epiphany. The lessons for the last Sunday of Epiphany are always focused on the Transfiguration, that supreme manifestation of Christ to his disciples prior, of course, to the resurrection, the culmination of all of those various ways that Jesus's divinity was made known to the world, again, prior to the passion and resurrection. And so the focus on Sunday will be Transfiguration. And it will also, this coming Sunday will also be the last Sunday of the adult forum that we've been doing, Bearers of the Light, about saints. Again, the culmination of 5 weeks of looking at the way that the church has understood those who have borne Christ's light to the world in their generations, the development of sort of saintly traditions. And you're welcome to jump in on this last week. We'll be talking really this week about what the Episcopal Church is doing right now. We've moved our way up to the 79 prayer book and a little bit beyond that, and we'll be focusing now on what the calendar looks like now. And in that regard, a couple of things. One is that on the Good Shepherd website, there's a tab, if you go scroll down a little bit, that will take you to a link for the whole series of classes that we've done. And there is a link there to an Excel spreadsheet that I've put together that has all of the saints that we've worked on as a church over the last several hundred years, and shows who's been added and when they've been added and who's been dropped off and all those kinds of things. It is too big to be shown on a Zoom screen, so I decided I would just make that available to you if you want to download it. Also available as a download is a PDF of the bracket for Lent Madness, which will begin on Ash Wednesday. A fun sort of game to play and learn about the saints. Some of the things that were put out by the church have been, or by the people who do the Lent Madness anyway, sort of are sold out. And so I've got this printable bracket for you if you want to download that. That should be there as well. Of course, following that, following Sunday, the next big event is Ash Wednesday, next Wednesday. And a reminder will go out next week on next Tuesday with all of the various links to all of the things that will be happening. But I want to remind you and sort of update you on some of these things. There will be 2 Zoom services on Ash Wednesday, one at noon and one at 7. They will be live Zoom services, as we have done. And so you'll be able to come on and see who else is there, and we will go through the full service without, of course, the Eucharist. And you will have the opportunity to administer the ashes to yourself or those in your household. More on that in just a moment at each of those services. There will also be made available, we'll have the link ready next week, what I'm calling Mini Ash Wednesday. It will be about a 5 to 7 minute service, just a YouTube video that you can watch at your convenience. That will include a lesson and the readings and some of the significant prayers for Ash Wednesday. So if the noon service or the 7 o'clock service do not fit your schedule, this will be available for you to use at any time during the day. And there will be obviously a point in there when you can administer the ashes for yourself. Now, how do you get the ashes? They will be available outside the church doors, the front doors, in a case, a container, a large, igloo sort of container, cooler thing, starting Saturday morning. And in this container, there will be a box with little condiment cups of ashes in there. And one of those condiment cups of ashes should serve you and your household. You don't need a lot. So just take one of those condiment cups. But also in that container will be a number of bags of what we're calling Lent in a bag. And that has resources for you and your family. It's not just family oriented. You don't have to have kids, but there are some devotionals and some links to some other things, as well as a container of ashes. So if you want to take the Lent in a bag, you do not need to take a little container of ashes. There will be ashes in each of those bags. Okay, so either take a bag or take a little container of ashes. And then you can use those ashes on Ash Wednesday again, either in conjunction with either of the Zoom services or with the mini Ash Wednesday service that will be there available via YouTube. So those will be the ways that you can get those ashes. I did bless all of the ashes last Sunday, and so they have been blessed. Anything that you see on screen, either in the Zoom services or in the mini Ash Wednesday service, will just sort of help to reinforce what I did on the altar last Sunday when we had the Eucharist. And then the last thing I want to say, of course, is that Lent begins, and we enter into the holiest, one of the holiest times of the Christian year. And I urge you to take this seriously. Lent takes on a very, very different characteristic this year, as we have already given up so much. And maybe the theme shouldn't necessarily be giving something up. I'm not even encouraging taking something on. But I leave it to you. If you've got any questions, certainly contact me. We will provide, there are resources provided on the resource page online. We will update those as we get more. So please take a look at that. There are some devotionals and some other things there. And again, I commend the two opportunities that the church is providing for adult faith formation. The first being the Living Compass program, listening with all your heart, soul, strength, and mind, has a daily devotion component, as well as we'll come together on Sunday mornings and discuss what we've experienced the previous week. That was very meaningful for a lot of folks during Advent, and we've decided to continue that during Lent with the Living Compass program. It's all free. Details for how to access all of that are in the e-news. Similarly, details about another opportunities, daily options, including what we'll be doing in the morning sheep count. Morning prayer in the morning sheep count is from 8:50, 10 of 9, and should take no more than 5 or 10 minutes. You're welcome to jump in on that. The details are online. And that will also focus on this evangelist's breviary, and there will be some discussion about that as well. Details, again, are in the e-news. And then if you haven't made Compline part of your weekly worship experience, you might want to try that during Lent. Very simple, 8:45 on Wednesday evenings, takes 7 to 10 minutes. Very simple service, a nice way to end the day and ease your way into sleep. So Lent is upon us, and we will experience and celebrate and observe it as we can in these challenging times. Again, if you have any questions about any of these things, or you want to talk about Lenten disciplines, please don't hesitate to be in contact with me. This is a time of prayer, and Good Shepherd will be in my prayers. I hope and pray that you will hold me in your prayers as we approach Holy Week and Easter. Blessings, my friends. I will see you soon.